what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. And Vergil Ortiz calls out Adrien the problem Broner on social media. I put that thing right up there so you can read it for yourself. And basically said that 6 years ago, Mike Tyson turned him and his boy down for a picture, and Adrien Broner stepped in and gave him a picture. So, you know, Broner, the man of the people, you can't be mad at Broner. Broner do plug in with his fan base, and he do show love. And everybody that I know that talk to him behind the scenes, they love Broner. So, but I don't think Vergil Ortiz generate the money that Broner looking for. Devin can't generate that money on his own. Vergil Ortiz damn sure not going to generate that money on his own. You know what I'm saying? But that's a nice step-up fight for him. I think he was supposed to fight Samuel Vargas. I would have rather seen the Ray Robinson fight, but I understand Ray Robinson coming off a loss. Maybe Samuel Vargas coming off one too, but I get that fight. And then, you know, him versus a Ray Robinson will be kind of a nice step up in the right direction, or Averasian. I don't know what his plan is to take flight on his trajectory. I don't know exactly what he's looking for or what their plan is. All real matchmakers have a plan for a guy, when to step him up, when to move him up. And I believe Golden Boy, they have a plan for him. He's like one of the most valuable guys they have over there. Him, Ryan, Canelo, obviously. They three valuable guys and guys that need to keep happy. And they haven't done a good job of keeping Ryan happy in the past and keeping Canelo Alvarez happy in the past. And that's been the issue. And Golden Boy don't have that big of a job to do to keep Canelo, Ryan, and Vergil happy. All right. And also they have some guys that I will talk about at a later date that you may or may not know on a roster. But you don't bring enough money in. You know what I'm saying? Just point blank period. Broner don't get the belt. Broner, if he beat Vergil Ortiz, he's supposed to beat him. If he lose to him, his career over it. It's a high risk, low reward type of fight for Adrien Broner. And stylistically wise, it could be a bad fight for Adrien Broner. All right, Vergil Ortiz is a guy that like to come forward, throw a lot of punches. Broner don't like to move his hands, so Broner can't hit Vergil Ortiz with something that puts some respect on his name. Then Ortiz is probably gonna run through him like a buzzsaw. All right, and you know, just looking at that fight in general, I mean, Ortiz just don't generate the money yet. Broner's looking for a big fight. You know, once you make that Pacquiao money, everything just seemed beneath you. Like Conor McGregor, once he made that Mayweather money, everything just seemed beneath you. Until Broner's in the bind, his rap album flop, or he needs some money, he'll come back. But right now, he riding on the high. It's hard to eat steak and go back down to eat spam. And that's just what it's boiling down to. People need to understand that. That's why Al Heyman got in trouble with PBC when he was overpaying Keith Thurman not to fight nobody. And then it was time to get Keith Thurman to fight somebody. You know, he ain't had the money. Because Keith Thurman not going to fight. Just use him as an example. He not going to fight a bum for 3.5 and then fuck around and fight a killer like Errol Spence for 4. You feel me? It just don't make no sense. He at least wants 7 to get in the ring minimum to fight that man. And the networks, it's not worth it to put it on regular TV to pay him 7, and then Earl gonna want 6, 5, 7 himself. It just don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? So when you go up there and you make that amount of money, you know, you looking to continue to make that amount of money, if not more. So Broner got a piece of that Manny Pacquiao pie, and he don't want to come down. It's as simple as that. What you got to remember, he ain't won in like, 3 years? 2-3 years he haven't won a bout. But how you looking at it is, I done everything they asked me to do. They asked me to put egg in there. They asked me to put milk in there. They asked me to put flour in there. They asked me to mix it up. They asked me to cook it. You know, I baked the cake. I put the frosting. I put the chip. Everything I asked them to do, I did it. Now I'm asking them for a favor, and they can't do it. No matter if the price is astronomically high, I still want the bag because I done the job. I did everything you asked me to do. I wasn't pampered. I wasn't protected. You know what I'm saying? I even veered off from your plan and fought Madonna. I gave Floyd a big fight. Why y'all can't take care of me? Floyd walking around with all this money in his pocket. Al walking around with all this money in his pocket. Showtime may not have a budget. And people say, why don't Broner talk to Fox? Well, he can't go back on regular TV. I forget what fight it was. I think it was it wasn't a Sean Porter fight. It was a couple fights where he got a little bit vicious. He got a little bit vicious on TV with his words. So they don't want to welcome him back to the regular TV. He got to stay on Showtime. So in the whole, I just think Vergil Ortiz is too much of a risk and no reward is there for Broner. You know, personally, I think Ortiz goes through him. A lot of people ask me what I think about Vergil Ortiz. I think he's a good fighter, but I don't think he's ready for the Keith Thurmans of the world yet, the Porters of the world yet. But I think he'd be a good fighter. I'm not as high on him as everybody else is, but not to say I won't be high on him. You know what I'm saying? I do see some things that I like, but I think it's a lot there to be learned. Obviously, for every prospect out there experience, he got to sprinkle some seasoning salt on him. It's a lot to be learned. You know, it's a lot to know. Can he take a shot and keep trucking? Can he take a body shot and keep going? Can he go a hard 10? Can he go a hard 12? Can he fight at a high pace? Can he fight at a slow pace? You know, what happened when he gets somebody in there that can stick and move? Can he deal with the perpetual movement? Can he do it with the slickness? It's a lot of boxes still to check off. Not to say he can't do it, but he got to prove he can do it at the highest level. So I do think he's the second best, guy on Golden Boy. As far as, the top three, Canelo, Ryan, and him, I think he, right behind Canelo, I think he will be world champion for sure. I don't see no other way going around it. All these dudes, even if he got to run through an Errol Spence or he got to run through a Crawford, he got to run through a Sean, he got to run through, I don't think Pacquiao will be there. God willing, he won't. Run through a Keith. At one point, I think at some point, if they stick around long enough, and a lot of them motherfuckers 30, 32 years old, 31, they stick around long enough today, 35, 36, he gonna chop some heads off for sure. He gonna hang some motherfucking heads on his wall. He just gonna be too young. He gonna be too seasoned, too experienced, and then he got a great coach in Robert Garcia. So I don't see no other way going but being the world champion, bare minimum, unless something outside the ring distract him, like a Frankie Gomez. A lot of hardcore boxing fans looking forward to him, taking over, boxing, and he didn't want to fight no more, man. So he wanted to be in the street. So hopefully Vergil Ortiz got tunnel vision, and he'll get there for sure. But I also heard that Gilberto Ramirez was trying to buy his contract out from Top Rank. You heard it from me first. I've been saying this, even when he was sitting in Miami with Eddie, he wants this astronomical high number that he won, man, but I don't think they want to give it to him. Now, what happened was he was slated to fight Adrien Alvarez in a title eliminator or possibly for the WBO belt if Bob can sprinkle his Bob sauce on there, sprinkle his Bob sprinkles on top of that, you feel me? But he didn't want to fight Adrien Alvarez. It was two other foreign guys supposed to fight in this title eliminator. I don't even know who they are, to be honest. I maybe seen them fight. And Ramirez didn't want to fight Adrien Alvarez. So now I'm hearing that he got to come out of his pocket to get out of the Top Rank contract, just as Mikey, just as Floyd did. You can name it. Keep going. Now, before we get into the Dmitry Bivol talk, all right, people, him buying himself out of his contract, Top Rank fucked his career. I'll say that real quick. Top Rank messed that kid's career up. That kid was excelling. They stunted his growth by not feeding him top-level fighters. They was in the same mindset that PBC is. Like I said, PBC is just doing what Top Rank did behind Top Rank. And people get mad, but it's true. When Bob didn't want to work with Al, he got kicked off HBO. Now Al is freezing out Top Rank and everybody else. All right? Now they don't want to unify, or they don't even want to make in-house fighters. That's where Top Rank was 10 years ago. That's why Top Rank was an integral part of getting HBO out of boxing. They destroyed boxing. You feel me? There was a Curtis Jackson of boxing. How Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, 5-0, whoop, whoop. There's a sound of the police. Destroyed New York rap. Bob Arum, Top Rank, destroyed boxing. And now Al Heyman ain't turning the other cheek. So part of me understand where Al Heyman coming from. You feel what I'm saying? So they didn't want to make these fights 10 years ago. Now that's where Al is. And 10 years ago, around 8 time 5, whatever it was, this dude was fighting Arthur Abraham past his prime, and other dudes. Him and Oscar Valdez had a small pay-per-view from the StubHub Center in Carson, California. And, you know, they wasn't, I can use Valdez here too, because they kind of was moving. When you move, I move, you know, just like that together. They stunted Gilberto Ramirez's growth as a fighter. All right. They stunted Oscar Valdez's growth as a fighter by only allowing them to defend the belt versus WBO challengers and people that they control under the top rank banner or could control under the top rank banner. So instead of letting them unify with the Santa Cruzes of the world or unify with, you know, whoever was champions of the world at 168 around that time, you know, Ward was in and out. You know, can't remember who was the champions at 68. But instead of letting him unify with, like, Chad Dawson was around, well, he lost to Andre Ward at 68. That's the only time he was there. But instead of him letting them unify with the other champions at the time, you know, and other the top contenders, they kept feeding them fucking old fighters bums. And, you know, Ramirez regressed. He never really, you know, had that maturation process where he would have really popped. And he didn't pop like he was supposed to. And they wasn't challenging him, so he regressed. And now it's the product that you get today. A regressed product. A guy that's blowing up in weight at 75 because he stayed at 68 too long. A guy's skills that didn't get refined and didn't get, you know, sharp. Not because the trainer didn't do his job, it's because he didn't really go through the fire as a fighter. He never was able to, you know, go to school and experience what he needed to experience in that ring to get better the way he should. So he stunted his growth. So Top Rank played a huge part in his career going down the drain. And, you know, at the end of the day, you got to make so much money before you can buy yourself out the contract. And they hurt him. For real. They hurt him. So, you know, they didn't even try to feed him a Chavez or nothing like that. That's crazy, man. But they hurt him. You know, was no Carl Froch talks. Was no George Groves talks. Those are the guys that was there. Was no Lucian Bute talks. Was no Badu Jack talks. They was all just fighting guys that Top Rank can control or Top Rank already had under contract, and it hurt him. He regressed. So he deserved to get out that contract. I think he a little bit late, but when you don't have your cake up, you can't buy yourself out the contract. So as far as him fighting Dmitry Bivol, that's something they talking about doing. They must be paying him a pretty penny to go to the zone. You know, what's killing me is maybe the Alder Alvarez fight don't bring the money that the Dmitry Bivol fight will bring on the zone. I'm assuming it's going to be on the zone. They just told me Ramirez and Bivol. But Bivol is fluid. Bivol can fight on any network. I believe he's on a fight-by-fight deal with the zone. So, you know. But looking at it, you know, Gilberto Ramirez don't want it with fucking Arthur Baturbia. Tell you that right now. And same thing I said about Ghost Week. People still fight me to this about Bivol on Twitter. Said, put your money up, man, straight up and down. He gonna, man, that fight happen anytime soon. He gonna say meow. He gonna be turned to a pussycat. But Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez, man, for Ramirez it's a winnable fight. Bivol is very, very redundant, but he gonna have to step his game up. Just plain and simple. He gotta step his game up. If he don't step his game up, then, you know, he gonna right now, how he fighting, how he fought, you know, Jesse Hart, you know, and you know, how he fighting some of these other guys. Bivol is probably too stiff for Bivol. He got to come out there and with Bivol, you know, Bivol gonna use angles. He gonna use his footwork, but the head don't move. So he got to be prepared to punch with him. He got to be prepared to back him up, take his angles away, touch him to the body. He got to fight Mexican style. He got to fight Chavez style. He can't sit here and dance around the ropes like he did with Jesse Hart a little bit and then mix in being aggressive. He got to be aggressive with Bivol. Guys like Bivol, you got to take the fight to them. You know, you got to break them down. Body shots, jab to the body, double jab to the head, push him back. I'm telling you, and you got to unexpected same punches coming from Bivol. Kind of remind you of Canelo. He a little bit more stealth with his punches. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little bit more sleek with his punches, but the head ain't moving and the legs are moving the same way. You don't have to worry about the bend, the slipping. All you got to do is put water in that basement, keep that jab on him, punch with him. You have an opportunity to win, but it's an uphill battle for him. But I just guess that for him, Alvarez ain't worth the risk, and Bivol is with the money that's being offered. So that is what it is, man. Talked about Broner Ortiz, and then I heard Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez was in the works. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate. Share the video. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas, Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.